Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Developer Q&A. We will be covering the month ahead for February, but of course we have to cover something that released yesterday in just a few moments. Of course, alongside me, Mod Osborne and Mod Raman. I will also be having Mod Wolf, Mod Ryan and Mod Krista joining me in just a little bit to talk about the month of February. But before then, we need to talk about, obviously, next, Angel of Death. Amazing day yesterday for you, based on the roller coaster of emotions from the moment the release went out right down to seeing all of the posts, of course.
As the servers dropped, I was pretty shaky, because it means a lot to me. But on release, pretty nervous to see people throw themselves at it, and then throughout the day on Twitter and Reddit, just really nice things said. So. Really chuffed. I'm pretty chuffed.
Also, can we talk about some of these images that we're about to show? Actually, if we can just go straight to it, because we have a couple of images that we'd like to bring up. If you're about to
I'll talk over them.
Yeah, by all means. So, can we bring that up if possible, guys? There you go.
So this was the original concept art for the arena. So as you can see, the actual base design of the arena is pretty much the same, but you can see in the middle at the top, it's actually quite a different design for how it's laid out.
We decided more jazzy there, isn't it?
Yeah, like a bit more pink.
Oh.
We decided to rotate the lines going across the arena to correctly.
I know what you mean. So you've got the pillars in the corner, quarters, and you want to keep the quarters with the pillar.
Yeah, essentially. So that's that one.
Can we go on to yep.
This was a white box for the entire environment. So as you can see, we've basically cut out the top-down piece of the concept art and white boxed around what the arena would look like. It turned out pretty much exactly like that, except for, as I just said, we rotated them lines.
Oh, them lines.
Oh, them lines. This was actually when I first started, actually on the Next 2 fight. It didn't have a name back then. It was literally just Next hard mode. As you can see, I'm using placeholder assets, so I haven't got an updated Next.
A lot more icicles there, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot more icicles. I think
you can see a bit of the sudden death mode on the outside.
Yeah. So some players haven't really got a chance to see that because they get through pretty quickly and they don't build up the enrage. But this was just a very early whip screenshot.
Sweet.
So obviously the biggest surprise of them all was essentially the release of Tier 92 Wand and Orb, much to the degree that when it came to patch notes stream time, we had to literally butcher a test wheel to hide them. We were that determined.
It's pretty difficult to answer questions in the stream where you were like, people have noticed a strange icon in someone's inventory, so I literally had to, and for me it's really hard to keep a straight face.
I know. Yeah. All your emotion is in your face.
So I literally had to just look at you and say, that is a blood-dyed seismic wand.
So how was it seeing the reaction to it? Is there anything you would have changed, or are you happy with how it went?
I'm really happy with how it went. I think it was definitely worth keeping them back. I know there was a bit of kickback about when we were the prayers of the only things. A lot of people were dead content, not worth it, blah. And then, they like it.
I'm sure you see. Actually, before we get into that, I believe we have assets of these weapons, and there we go. So that is the wand.
That's the wand concept art. This went through so many iterations of feedback.
Sometimes called the toothbrush wand by some people.
Yeah, a lot of people
really
called it Aquafresh. And the first piece of concept art, the SketchUp, actually looked like the end of a bedpost, so I'll probably tweet that out later on.
The end of Nexus bedpost.
And this is the orb. So this one didn't actually go through that many iterations. It was really difficult to get the wand right. But this one, I kind of just, I said, give me an orb, make it glow.
That's good direction.
And they came back with this. And, I'm happy with how it turned out.
An exclusive look into how you direct and a weapon being designed right there. So there's obviously been a little bit of concern that with the introduction of flat, straight-up Tier 92 weapons, it's kind of devalued Virago, because obviously Virago offered seismics up to that time. Was there always going to be that path, or were there any considerations before that?
It was always going to happen one day. I mean, you could say that about the original God Wars Dungeon,
sure.
My Bandos Tassets have been devalued, but at the end of the day, Virago was released, I think coming up to almost 3 or 4 years ago. And they held their value pretty well. And Virago's not dead content. You know, you still got the Vitalis, you've still got, you know, the tectonic energy for the tier 90 armors, and you know, we definitely don't plan on devaluing them anytime soon. So it's just the circle of life, essentially.
I know a lot of people were asking for like attachments or improvements to the existing, rather than new.
So
do you guys think that through?
It may have come up as an idea at some point, and you know, looking back on it, it's a good idea. You know, you keep one piece of content valuable. You know,
but one relies on the other, doesn't it? I mean, this is useless without this.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's something we could look to do in the future for various bits.
So, in regards to drop rates, are you happy with where they are right now?
So I made a little mistake in my code on release, meaning the codexes were just a little bit more common, and maybe the wand and the orb were just a little bit too common as well. Thankfully, we rectified that as soon as possible. We threw in a number, then we sat down with, I sat down with Monteg and Montembo. We talked over, you know, Telos rates, you know, how quickly you get a weapon from Telos, how many man, how fast they're doing. So, you know, there's a lot of variables that come into play. And then we got the correct numbers out really fast. So the current numbers in game are the correct rates. I've seen a couple ones today, and I've seen a fair few codexes. It's safe for me to say because obviously massing plays a big, like, you can mass this, and you don't really want people to be massing and bringing in, you know, wand and orbs over and over, because you're just going to crash the market, essentially.
You don't want to be
you're going to flood
king,
it. Yeah, it would be another Calphite King. So we're really happy with the numbers we got. I can safely say, if you want to make the best money and, you know, have fun, I'd say go with the recommended group size of 5 to 7. Massing, you can still mass. It'll just be very much like the Corp days, where you would, like myself, I would go to Corp for days and days on end and not see a sigil. But it's not obviously that lethal. But if you massed, you would still see drops. You'd still see codex. You'd still
codices.
You still see drops.
All right. So there's a fair bit I've seen in regards to including skilling items in the drops themselves. Now, when Telos came out, I believe this discussion came up where skillers essentially lose out on resources because they're being offered in these PVM scenarios. I mean, is anything changed in regards to that, or was that always the approach, do you know?
I was going to look to ask up with the Balancing Council, but I never actually had a chance to talk to them, which is unfortunate. But I know that certainly in terms of access to resources for skilling players, this is something we're looking at for Tombs. Like, Tombs is like kind of resource heavy. And if you want to generate, you know, that kind of item resource, then that's going to help you guys out. And there's going to be, I mean, we're specifically not looking at combat for that update at all. So wait till Menopause. As for drops for existing bosses, I think we've kind of taken that feedback on. We might look at it for next, but ultimately it's going to be for the future.
And then 2 more questions, then we're going to head on to the month ahead. But for you, Raman, do you have any stats you can share with us?
Yes. I don't have them with me. Sure. But
prepped.
Our very lovely community management souvenir.
Souvenir.
I don't know what I don't know what I was getting for. JD is going to tweet them out. What time this afternoon?
About 2 o'clock tomorrow morning.
About 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. So make sure you stay up for them.
Slick.
All right, and then finally from Dusty Turbo Turtle, why new Daredevil /1 title for AOD? Why no title, I guess, in a way, for AOD?
We have an awful lot of titles in game. There's nothing stopping me doing what Chris and Ryan did with Virago, where down the line we're like, okay, you know, let's add something. Let's add some feats and let's add some titles.
Yeah, in terms of titles, we just want to make sure that titles kind of reserved for, like, just limited. You know, not everything should have a title. Otherwise, you don't know what a title means. But also save it for achievements, as in not the achievement system, but like big things that players have done, big feats. I guess this counts, to be honest. Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
And then I guess finally, Raman, is there anything just in general you want to say, or anything to anyone watching, or etc., by all means? Maybe a chance to thank some mods, who knows?
Yeah, well, let me reel it off. So, you know, AOD wasn't just me. It was a big, you know, massive group effort. Obviously, Dave gave me the chance to do it alongside Mod Kelpie. Ryan lended aid, Mod Harrison, Mod Deg especially. Like, he really helped me learn a lot of new code for this. I'd never really done a boss before. You've got Ollie, you've got Mod AOB who did the environment. There's countless others. Mod KOC who tested it, Mod Curse who helped test it.
Chambers?
Mod Chambers
Did you say
who...
Bond?
Yeah.
Come on, you're running out of fingers. That was all. And it was like...
Mod Bond for, having to spend 3 months of me linking him loads of tracks and saying, take this and listen to this. And Mod Chambers for, helping.
And all the players that came in.
Yeah, and all the players that came in.
There was a lot of good feedback from that.
Lit, Omid, I'm sure I'm going to forget some, so yeah, justice.
All right, that's it really. But I mean, as always, thank you very much, and massive, personal congratulations. But it's been pretty awesome to see it just all go down wonderfully, really. So I'm gonna say,
It's me out.
yeah, see.
I won't see you again for a long time.
You now must go back.
I'm going into hibernation now.
No, seriously, thank you so much, Ramen. It's been a pleasure. So we're going to get ready to rotate Ramen out. I'm going to begin Mod, Krista, Ryan, and Wolf to join us in just a few moments. And we'll be talking about what lies ahead for February. So, yeah, bye-bye, Ramen. And let's do it, guys.
Get back to Shattered Worlds. Come on.
Hello.
Hello, gorgeous.
How are you doing, beautiful?
You were already at this 10 minutes ago,
I've
you
missed
two.
you.
I know. I can't go 5 minutes without flirting.
We're not on Valentine's yet.
Soon.
Yes. So, for February, it's safe to say we've got a fair bit planned. So just as a quick overview, and then we'll go into it bit by bit. Of course, with the double XP weekend for February the 17th to the 20th, we've made some changes, but we'll go into that in just a little bit in regards to that. But of course, we have Game Jam going on during then, which is shaping up to be awesome. We have a secret quest. That's pretty much it in that sense. But I've got a question from Legia RS here saying, without spoilers for the new quest, can we get the skill requirements for it?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Mod Nexus told me the skill requirements earlier, and they are 37 Slayer, 40, I'm going to forget, 45 Rune Crafting, and 50 Divination.
Okay.
They are the 3 requirements. So it's not
He
high
also
rank.
said
He also said, Chris is going to help.
that, some invention knowledge might help.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
invention isn't a requirement,
Not a requirement.
but
But
it's
some
just
knowledge
of
knowledge
it
might
invention
help. Okay. Of course, we have the Veteran Cape to go through. That also includes something that we will be showing off later on. Invention tools, Skillcape perks.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
You
fine.
wanted to have a bit of a
I wanted to
fanfare.
be a little bit of fanfare, everybody excited.
We sent the script.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a bit. Dan, Sonny,
It's on the script.
you always...
Oh, no, here
I
we
sent
go.
an
Here's the
email
blame.
and everything.
The-
I sent an email.
All the chats happy about it, at least.
Exactly.
Skillcape perks.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then Valentine's Day stuff coming up. I apologise, Model Wolf. But it was on the script.
We need more theatre from you.
It's all right, you saved the best till last anyway. So.
All right.
Next time, do it in trailer voice.
I haven't got a trailer voice.
They think it's scripted.
Do you think
like,
I can
no.
do? Do you think I can do that?
No,
Anyway,
no, I really don't.
So to kind of just have a bit of a general, fun little question before we kick it off. Double XP weekend. You guys, what are you guys planning to train during Double XP weekend?
Combat, because I hate it. Anything that can make that go quicker. Seriously, I like all the grindy, like woodcutting, so much fun, but no, combat is horrible.
I'm going to be training my development skills because I'm going to be here for Game Jam.
Oh, boom! Game jam, nice.
I guess,
can multitask,
yeah, for double XP weekend, I'll also be here, but I'll be with Mod
Multitasking.
Shawnee,
We'll all be second screening it.
Yeah.
looking pretty and streaming.
Yeah. So when we're on the game jam and we're going to be live streaming it, just know that in the corner of our screen we're at a summoning obelisk. We're just
Are you just going to use it as a chance to tease going, I'm getting XP gains and you're not, in that sense?
pretty much.
Okay.
If you can somehow second screen it here, but I've got so many summoning resources in my bank right now.
Nice. Well, I can't train anything based on
This is
what
true.
we have coming up, so we'll have to wait and see. But before we get into some stuff, I'd like to bring it over to you, Osborne, because we have some news about bank bidders, if you want to talk about it.
So if we're going to show the schedule, there's one kind of major omission, which is bank bidders.
I think we're keeping the schedule for the ends.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're keeping it for the
Ooh,
ends. so we
okay.
can each other.
Oh,
yeah,
nice,
it's fine.
nice.
I saved that
now
one.
you-
I saved that
Surprising.
one. Sorry, Will. No, but
Bank bidders isn't delayed by long. We hit a technical hitch, so we're just pushing it back a wee while. So no worries, coming soon.
Okay. All right, so let's jump into Double XP Weekend. You're watching a stream, you would have heard me say there are some changes we're implementing. What are these changes we're implementing?
I definitely zoned out during that question.
What are the changes we are implementing?
So, do you want me to answer?
Well, changes for what?
Double
Double
XP.
XP.
Oh, double XP. Oh, yes.
Are you at the stream, yeah?
I was looking at my shoes. They're really mucky.
So, Maud Kelpie came up with an idea for slightly changing Double XP Weekend.
Yeah.
So, it's exactly how you remember. On the weekend, it'll be Double XP. However, the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday falling off, instead of it being an instantaneous turn off of 2 times XP on the Monday, you'll drop it to 1.8 and then to 1.6 and to 1.4 and to 1.2 back to the 1.0 rate.
So obviously the questions are going to be coming in as to why we're planning to implement essentially a fall off as it ends. Why is that?
Good question. Maud Kelpie would be better at answering that.
I think I can do that one if you want.
My answer essentially would be, not everybody can play on the weekend. We've heard this many times before. We don't want to give 2 times XP for an entire week because that's insane. But also, it's worth keeping in mind, I believe,
There's an upper XP cap as well.
Yes, there is an XP cap. It won't just scale down per day. It'll scale down depending on how much experience you get as well. But essentially gives people who haven't been here on the weekend a little bit of an opportunity to have the taste of that double XP.
Yeah.
If it was all week, we'd get no work done.
Yeah, we have nothing done.
It's also, for a lot of people, you can feel that it hurts when you come off the back of double XP weekend. And it just kind of...
It's going to hurt me.
I know.
Game jam.
Well, not doing it at all. Hey, so one of the things we are doing for the developers of Double XP Weekend is we are giving them a little Double XP Weekend in the future.
Oh, you are going to tell them what they're...
Yeah, I think it's all right to say. I think it's only right that people who work on the game jam get a sweet little Double XP Weekend.
It was Mod Ryan who convinced me on it. Mod Ryan was like, I'm not doing any development if I don't get the double XP.
That's not 100% important. Not for people who are watching the stream anyway. But yeah, it's that feeling of burn when you come off a Double XP Weekend, so just taper it off a little bit as well.
That's fair. All right, so...
Oh, wait, sorry, just to clarify.
Yeah,
sorry, the chat might got confused. On the weekend, there is no XP cap, just how it worked before, but the drop down of 1.8, 1.6 and so on the week after has a cap. I think it's high enough that it's good, but it's not, like, insane.
It's not abusive.
Essentially.
Okay, yeah, so pretty much...
You still want to be there on the weekend.
From Wolf, but you definitely want to be there on the weekend. There's no restrictions on your double XP gains during the 17th to the 20th. However, from the game update on Monday, I believe, that Monday, then that will kick in. But of course, when we're closer to that day, we'll have all the full details.
We'll have it all in a wee spreadsheet and in a news post. I said we twice. In a news post for you to see. I think the behind the scenes, which is coming out on Friday, also has more detail.
Are you feeling okay today?
It's not we yeah.
You need to go, Dave.
Wow. All right. So speaking of Game Jam, so we obviously kind of tackled this a little bit last week, but just for in case some people are watching and have no idea, what is Game Jam and when can they expect it? I think any of us.
The spirit of Game Jam. Go on,
please do.
So Game Jam is happening at the same time Double XP is happening, so something for the guys to watch, see what's going on, and it's time for us as developers, graphics artists, etc., to get together and essentially work on other things that we haven't worked on, like during normal work hours. And we've currently, JD might have links, but we have been getting suggestions from players from the forums and on Reddit, I believe. And hopefully we're going to be able to tackle quite a few of those.
Yeah. I mean, we've already got like a quarter of the staff at RuneScape.
So yeah, I was about to ask.
Oh.
So I mean, like,
how
how
have
many?
I stolen the question?
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
I'm just curious because I was actually curious as to how many staff have actually signed up for it, and what kind of projects they're looking to tackle.
Yeah, well, we've got, as I was saying, we've got a quarter, which is good, and hopefully that'll rise up as we kind of like chat to the staff a bit more, start showcasing some of the big ideas, because we're going to need to kind of just trim down that list a little bit more. But I've been talking, so we're going to work on a quest together, which I'm so excited about. I know, but for both of us.
Oh, I was hoping you'd keep your little quest, doing a quest ahead of us.
Not Christmas working on it as well?
Because
this is driven by
So let me
Krista.
explain. Last week he brought up how staff had told him that he hasn't added his own flair to the game in a while, and I was hoping you'd deliver.
Oh, it's all his flair.
No, there's plenty of Mod Osborne flair. You just never see it.
This is as close as we get right here on this sofa. Eastie's been talking about a update that we polled in the past that may have been somewhat forgotten. I know that you've been.
Which one is that?
I can't say.
I like the way everybody here doesn't know. You've been looking into invention in particular. We've got some real. What I love about it is like these guys have to be handed a lot of their updates by me and Connor and Kelpie in terms of what the game needs for the health of the game. But they've got their own. You know, you guys have got your own passions. You love invention. You know, you really want to sort it.
Yeah.
And this is like there's no rules anymore. Just go do what your personal project is, your passion project is, your hobby. And also player ideas too.
So you say player ideas. I am Pariah asks, have you selected any player ideas yet for Game Jam?
It's in a little bit of an in-betweeny period. Those that have been selected have been by people who've actually gone looking the list themselves, and it's a long list. So what me and Kelpie need to do is go through and actually make it easier for people to scan it. So we're moderating it basically in-house.
So
and that'll be this week.
Okay, so Lions Ra asks, will there be a release list of the planned projects you hope to do /complete after Game Jam?
Oh, no pressure then.
So the way we're going to do it on the weekend is that you're going to be playing through some of them, I believe. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going into game. What we need to do is a bit of a green light process. Sorry, that's a terrible technical term.
Don't use that with me. That's
no.
a horrible technical term to use with
You
me.
aren't the process. If you like something, it's not necessarily going to go into game. Kelpie, Connor, Ollie, a few others are going to look at the updates on the Monday after the Game Jam, and we're just going to choose what goes onto our release schedule. And I'm hoping, since these guys have got really good at knowing what the game needs, they're kind of stellar at that it'll be almost all of them.
Awesome. And then finally from I Am Pariah, what foods and drinks will JMods have to keep them going for Game Jam?
It's going to be Red Bull and pizza.
No, not Red Bull.
I don't do Red Bull.
I don't do Red Bull.
I don't do
Or Red
I'm
pizza.
watching my
pizza.
sugar right now. I mean,
That's
Mug's
Shawnee
gonna
or
have
Red
a
Bull?
pizza.
So-
I know that Modern Ryan's looking forward to the pizza. He's already saying in the chat that he's looking forward to it.
It's the only reason he's coming, really.
He looks like he's had a fair amount of it.
As long as he stays away from me, it's all good.
Whoa, what?
He's really on one today, aren't you?
Just fancy calling somebody out.
Wow.
Just put whiskey in the chat.
Whiskey weekend. I like it.
I can't wait for his reaction in the chat. Just
That was sassy.
It's a shame that it's like a
Savage.
10-minute wait.
Yeah.
Osborne. All right.
He's all stuffed crust.
Oh.
Okay, right. I'm bringing it back. Right, so we're going to move over to Invention Tools. We talked about this a little bit last week, Ryan, with you. This is a little passion project of yours you started back in August, I believe.
August,
Give or take.
Yeah, something like that.
You joined us obviously and kind of elaborate what is going on and details, etc. But can you kind of run us down again for what players are expecting from this?
Yes, so essentially at the moment in game we currently have the hatchet for woodcutting, the pickaxe mining, and the fishing rod. For fishing, essentially with this update we're adding 2 new tools. This is for the fire making skill, which is a tinderbox, and for smithing, which is a hammer. With this update we're also releasing 5 new perks, which are skilling related, and there are no negative perks, they're all positive.
What's your favourite?
Pyromaniac?
Pyromaniac, definitely Pyromaniac.
Which is?
Oh, yeah. Pyromaniac is a small chance of automatically throwing your entire inventory of logs onto the bonfire when it procs. That's pretty strong.
PogChamp!
No. Oh, I don't know how that works.
Well, you're about to see it. So,
Yeah.
keep an eye on that chat. You'll see it in just a moment. And when can players expect to see this in game?
They can expect to see this
There we go.
next week.
Oh!
Bam! There you go.
Sweet.
That's that's awesome. All right.
I just want to say, okay, I'm very, very happy that we're getting some different training methods for invention. And I'm over the moon, and players are going to be so excited. But invention is so difficult to test. Like, it gets plugged into so many different... Oh, they're PogChamping a lot now. Like, that was a hard one. Stop being so passionate, Mod Ryan.
Yeah. JJ loves testing all the invention projects that we work on.
Right, I'm gonna call this next section Mod Wolf because there's 2 very significant parts that I'm literally gonna just hand the floor over to you on. So, first of all, I will personally apologise for kind of spoiling your moment to introduce it, but it was on the script, so I'm not gonna accept all the blame for that. But anyway, give us a rundown of Skillcape perks.
So, Skillcape perks. If you are a player of old school, you are aware what they are. When you hit 99, of course, you get your Skillcape, and a Skillcape dictates which emote is played when you click your Cape of Accomplishment emote. They've not really done much else now again for a while. They give you a +1 boost as well, but it's insignificant. But old school added a thing about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now,
About 2 years.
where the capes. Yeah, you worked there at the time, I think. The capes have effects. Some are activatable and some are passive. Now we took that idea. I think it was Mod Kieran and Mod John C that originally did that, and we've tinkered with a lot of the perks. So we've got the benefit of hindsight, we like to call it, where we've seen how theirs have went down and how people use it, and we'll be implementing that into our game, hopefully, different perks.
So who else? So obviously you've been a part of this. Who else
Yes.
has helped out with you on this?
Mod Harrison, by far, has done all of the development. Full shout out to Mod Harrison on that matter. Essentially, all that I've done has been, I was going to swear, be a mourner.
Okay.
Oh no, it began with a female dog terminology.
Oh, right.
I was going to be a person who simply, a lot of idea back and forth. But yeah, full shout out to Mod Harrison, so please do give him your love.
And in regards to this update itself, I mean, who is this update for? Everyone or specific types? Or?
Especially since, I'm going to give it a release date as well here.
Okay.
Especially since XP weekend's coming up. We know that people like to go for their 99s. So as XP weekend ends, the Monday following, Skillcape perks will be released.
So in time for the drop-off as well?
Absolutely, in time for the drop-off. So, over your weekend you're getting all your 99s that you need, and then you get it. You can use all your new cool perks, or if you're close, 98, 97, that little bit of drop-off period will help you get those Skillcape perks.
So
There you go.
save up for the capes.
Yes, save up. The whole 99k, oh, they're expensive.
So what kind of perks will be on offer, if you can tell us?
Okay, so
Obviously, it doesn't have to be all of them, but...
in the stream right now, we're going to announce two technically.
Sure.
The first one that I'll announce is the Invention perk. The Invention perk, we've had a lot of requests from players that the drain rate's still a bit too quick in combat. So to negate that, the 99k perk for Invention will reduce your drain of your charge, which is epic. Of course, you have to be wearing it to get that effect.
Watching Raven in the background for his reactions.
I just want this chat littered
just
with
boying
PogChamp.
over
I want
there.
so much PogChamp in this chat when I'm talking about this.
No, ban it, no more.
The second perk, Mod Harrison will be tweeting out literally right now, hopefully, if he's listening.
Yeah.
So we'll get that
Please.
on screen in a
Oh,
bit.
look at that.
But do check
Social
out
media
@Jagged
synergy.
Harrison right there. And I will talk about that perk when he's tweeted it out. So that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah.
Message him. Message him.
Message him.
We've got it.
We got it. Okay. Can we
Okay.
put it on screen?
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll put it on screen. So as you can see there, that perk is the strength perk.
Are you
This
able
is a
to
really, really
zoom
good perk.
in, if that's okay? Control and plus, I think it is, to zoom in. Or control with mouse wheel.
So
There
this
you go.
perk right here, as you can see, well, there's two things on here, which is going to answer a question on the chat. The strength perk allows this member to hit for an extra 2 seconds, which is a very strong, very nice buff to have. You have to wear the cape again, or alternatively, as you can see here, select Skillcape perk. With hindsight, we know that the max cape and the comp cape, having all the perks, is a little bit too strong. Our comp cape already is very powerful, so we didn't want to give that ability for all the players. As such, if you have a max or a comp cape, or a trim comp cape, you're allowed to feed the comp cape or the max cape up to 3 perks inside of that max cape or comp cape. So you're capped at 3 with those capes. Some of them are activatable, some of them are passive. Yes, essentially we've capped it because the comp cape is already very powerful. There's no benefit of having a max cape or a comp cape over a max cape. So you don't have all the perks if you're comp, you only have 3 still. Also, if you remove a perk and you want to put a different perk in, you have to remove that and consume another cape. So it's like a 99k sync, essentially. So there you go. I was super hyped about this one. I was so excited when I
I
saw
wasn't
this.
sure if you practiced that
Yeah,
or
that
not.
was really good. He just
No, that was
everything.
It's yours.
Yeah,
Years of
breathe.
practice. There you go.
Doing what?
I'm sending you to the PCs now, because this is where you're going to get really hyped,
Oh,
isn't it?
this is even better.
Right.
Wait for this
So
one.
I'm going to cue this up in just a moment,
This is
because...
kind of your baby as well, isn't it? A little
So...
Oh God, could you imagine?
Oh, wolf
Let-
baby. Wolf cub.
Let us. Well, it's about to go on the account called Wolf Puppy, if that means anything. But anyway, so we'll go over that in just a moment. But before we do, this is the section coming up: the 15-year veteran cape. How is it going to work, and who can get it? Obviously, who can get it, I guess, is pretty obvious. But I mean, how's it going to work?
How's it going to work? I guess.
Is it still the usual process?
It's still the usual process,
Yeah, there's
but-
nothing. Okay.
Go to hands.
You just have to, so you have to have an account 15 years.
Which is, but it's only been tracking for the past.
That's the key. That's what I was getting to.
I don't know.
I don't know the specific date, but I know it's. I know it's
not
definitely
from the beginning.
You have to go in and check. It's towards the end of February, I believe.
We will, when it comes out, we'll definitely clarify.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I think that's safe to say. But I think what it's leading out to, Wolf, are you good to go?
I'm always ready, Sean.
All right, so let's throw it over to Wolf because he's going to show you this something. So go ahead, sir.
Oh, I'm more used to being in this position. This is what I'm more used to when we stream. So we wanted to show off. We didn't want to show off the emote. I want to get that out of the way straight away. The emote, we want the first person to get the cape to show it. But the veteran 15-year cape, as you can see here, it's purchased for 150k, so 50k, 100k, 150k. I'm just going to quickly wear this cape. Get ready, because this is very, very cool. I'm just going to build this up. Are you ready?
See, this is
Are you ready?
Sure.
I'm going to get the spin. Oh!
Wow.
Folk champ the champ! There you go. Look at that. That is an incredible cape. That is...
Hide all. So we can see it properly.
Oh, okay. Let me hide all. Yeah, holy. Oh, rip
Yes.
150k. So essentially, it looks very cool. We've took inspiration from the concept art from the player that I can't remember. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I should remember the name.
But also, we've done a little bit of a throwback to the 5-year cape. We followed those colours. The emote, I don't mind telling you that the 10-year cape, we added an additional emote to that one because we had a lot of feedback when that was first released. Yeah, the gold X thing wasn't cool, so we've given a separate emote that's a little bit more similar to the 5th year. I'm not going to ruin the emote for this. However, I will show you the chat head because I know that's something that people like to see. We've managed to get like the shoulders in a little bit. It's pretty cool how it's got like over this shoulder drape thing going on. It's pretty nice. So let me just talk over to Mr. Makeover Mage, or Mrs. depending on the time that she or he depends to look like themselves. There you go. So that's what that looks like right there. And that's the 15-year veteran cape. That is, yeah, it's pretty incredible. There you go.
How do you check your account's age?
Talk to Hans in Lumbridge. Hans? Hans.
That's a weird face.
Hans.
We got a mix of in-game face. We go. Oh, so yeah. So we can talk to Hans, who will let you know what your account age is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, obviously, a lot of chat reaction there was particles. Are you able to talk about anything in relation to the particles on the cape, etc.?
There are lots.
There's a lot of
There is 4 emitters. 4 emitters is usually... It's actually a very small amount of emitters for a particle kit. It's just like relatively vibrant, to say the least. I think there's something to be said about a 15-year player.
It's a very long time.
It's a very long time. It's quite literally ever since we started membership that is available. The only accounts that'll be able to get that are people who've been members since it became into existence.
I'm not going to be able to get that until 2026.
I'm 2019.
I think I'm 2019 as well. I'm excited.
oh, hello.
I know what yours is.
Well, it's going to be 5 years from now. You know, did you look at my account?
You told me to look at your account, remember?
We were all looking at your account earlier.
Yeah, see?
I've been reported so often.
But yeah, essentially, I just want to, again, just do a quick shout out to Mod Harrison again for, he's done all the development work in the Skillcape perks. Obviously, he works in QA as well, so he's had a lot of work to do, and ninjas are already very packed with updates right now. It's great that he's managed to do that, and I'm really appreciative of that. So please do, like and retweet his...
and definitely check out his post as well.
Absolutely, at JagX Harrison. There you go.
The ninjas have been nailing it.
Have you been account sharing?
No, we looked at his... we didn't go on his account.
You looked at my back end.
Right.
Really? You knew you deliberately did that. I'm so done with this right now. Right.
It's usually me that tells him. What's happened here?
Right. Let's move on to Valentine's Day. Krista,
You're going to me to calm it down, okay?
This ain't gonna
Yes.
work.
Yes. Diffuse the situation quick.
So with Valentine's Day, we've often done these little events here and there as they've gone on by. What can we expect with Valentine's Day this year?
It's slightly different this year on Treasure Hunter. We've done the same thing for the last 3 or 4 years, so we wanted to mix it up a bit. Also, ModMech had a dream and basically came up with an idea, and I had to run with it. So when you see it, when it comes out, it will make sense that it was a dream of a manager, and then the rest is
Do we
history.
have the images? I'm pretty sure. No.
You don't really have the full-on effect of what his dream was, but we can
have
see
some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So do you want to just take us through these
So
bit by bit?
this is Wizard Deed It. And this is a machine that he's building.
Sorry, Wizard.
Deed it.
Okay.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
Think about
no,
it.
Wizard did it. I know. I get it.
Oh, that's not a joke. You have to explain it.
You're just ruining punchlines across the show.
I'm saying.
So, yeah, this is Wizard Deed it. And he's trying to build a Unity machine because he's heard about all these riots and all this saltiness and all this rage all over the world, and he kind of wants to fix it, but he doesn't really know what he's doing, so it all goes a bit awry. So the thing that goes awry is basically ModMix Dream.
Right.
The crater will look very different for a week or so. You need to help Wizard Deed it fix the problem, and then you get a whole bunch of rewards. And I think we've got a montage of the rewards.
Okay, so can we go from top left, that process, just so we can go through it bit by bit.
Clockwise, yeah?
Yeah.
So top left is a loot beam. It's not the highest tier version of the loot beam. Obviously, it does look like we've got a dragon helm on an effigy, which Modrama was very excited about this morning when he thought that was an actual thing. But no, that's just to show the loot beam. Then we've got a heart balloon. Top right is a bunch of flowers, which has idle animations that go with it, which are really cute. Bottom right is a new rest animation. Absolutely adorable. The legs kind of flip and they draw.
But RuneScape isn't a dating site.
No, that's why she's forlorn.
Oh, okay.
It's unrequitedly.
Yeah. And then you've got a walk override, which is bottom middle, slightly hard to see there. And then we've got a staff, a new staff.
But
override.
the Valentine's event isn't the end, is it? It's there's
No,
something
this
that comes
is the
off like
beginning.
it. It's
yeah.
just the beginning.
Yes. So there's Wizard Deed it, then there's the chaos, then you fix the chaos, but there's still leftover problems, and then it rolls into a TLE.
Time limited event.
Time limited event.
to
Sorry.
us.
Yeah,
That's it.
totally. It's like we work in acronyms.
Yeah. So Undead Pirate. So sorry, not Undead Pirate. That's even a working title, isn't it?
Deathbeard's Demise.
Deathbeard's Demise. And Birth by Fire.
Birth by Fire. Yep.
Yes.
So it's the third one of those.
Third one of those. So if you like those, this is the one to go for.
So there's a whole plot that goes through before Valentine's, through Valentine's, and then into the TLE.
I know it's probably obvious, but when is this coming to the game?
So, Valentine's. Yeah, to be fair, there are people who I work with who only know the rune day of Valentine's Day. They don't know the actual physical date. So, yeah, so it'll be the week starting the 9th will be when the Treasure Hunter promo starts, and then that will roll straight in to the TLE on Valentine's or after Valentine's.
Fantastic. And what's your personal highlight?
I did the rest on him.
The rest anim.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so we've got other questions. Metal Havoc has asked, I believe this is from the stream, when will we be able to make the Elite Shark outfit from Invention?
I think we should ask Mochani about this one. What do you think, Mochani?
I could totally answer it, but I don't think people would appreciate me taking their answer for them.
Oh, okay, all right.
thought we all know the answer.
Okay, just sit there then. I was just trying to involve you.
Oh.
I've accidentally locked it. Can you?
When is the date? I forgot.
Soon?
It's soon, yeah, I believe it's at the beginning of March.
Yeah, it's not for this month.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's March,
The
isn't it?
first thing I think in March is, yeah, so that's the Elite Skilling outfit for fishing, which is the shark outfit, which becomes game, so it'll be obtainable within games.
In the same way as before, isn't it? It's still Invention, still unlocked as a... Yeah.
Yeah, you did that over Christmas, didn't you?
Yes, I did
God, that sounds really depressing. Not actually Christmas.
Dingle on working 25th.
Yeah, on Christmas Day.
You'd like us to bleep that. 1, 2, 3. Are you ever reconsidering Batch 2 Invention based on the massive feedback you JMods have received? That's a loaded question, I think.
And you should take that, I
That's a
think.
question for you.
Yeah.
You did read it out.
Well, one of the beautiful...
What you presenting doesn't work.
One of the beautiful things about this year is that, hey, there are expansions that we haven't talked about or revealed yet, which contain updates that we haven't talked about or revealed yet. So there's always an opportunity for Invention Batch 2 to be in those. And, hey, we've got so many people who are passionate about doing Invention. Previously, it was like, oh, it's spaghetti code, it's too hard to work with. Now there are lots of people who just love Invention and want to work on it. That man
It's not
included.
just me. There are.
It's pretty
There was a
much
man on this
zero, yeah.
sofa quite recently who is also hugely interested in doing some stuff. So the future is looking good.
Cool. Out of interest, can we have an ETA on when Skillcape's Endgame will be replayable? I was pretty sure you guys said it would be by January, by Lord Bobbington, that one.
Oh, savage. Yeah, it's true. I know that Mod Raven is still looking into that.
Sure.
I haven't checked up with him to see where he is. But Mod Raven is looking... Raven?
Raven.
Raven.
Oh, that's a love child we don't need.
It exists somewhere. He's doing that in his personal tap time, so I'll check up with him and we'll find out.
There was a question on there about time-limited events and whether we're doing them every month.
Okay.
I'm asking and answering
If
my
we had a
questions
real
now.
host, we would have. It probably would have been answered. Or
So
asked, sorry.
it's something we've had a lot of good feedback on. People are really enjoying them. It's something they can do while they're doing other things, while they're skilling, and it doesn't really interrupt your normal time. So we've had a lot of good feedback. So obviously we enjoy making them, and players are enjoying them. So we're definitely going to do more. It's not going to be an every month thing.
Yeah, we don't want to fatigue with them, I guess, is it?
And we've got some other fun, cool things coming up over the year.
And we're taking on some feedback from the last one as well. I think there was in terms of the messaging to the players.
Yeah, I made some changes there.
There was something we addressed within the week there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, you're here?
Red writing is bad. Mod Mohawk has said that to you.
Mod Mohawk went on about that, yeah. Basically the text, we changed the red text in the centre of the screen, we got rid of that because it was too intrusive.
Yeah.
And then I genuinely changed some stuff earlier today to stop spamming people on login when they finish the event and various things, so that once you're done, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because that seemed to be the kind of feedback that was coming back repeatedly. That's cool.
Yeah, so we've got a centralised system that we use for that.
Dusty Turbo Turtle has come back with any ETA on the PVM high scores and resetting everyone's fastest boss kill times.
I don't have an answer for that, but...
Who should people pester?
Mod Ramen.
Is it Mod Ramen?
Ollie.
I would say anyone from the Combat Council, which does include me.
Des.
However, if
Well
we're talking
volunteered.
about high scores, there is obviously a website of that which we need
Yeah.
to discuss.
I guess we'll just follow up on that maybe in a future live stream, kind of keep tabs on that one.
Unless you want to take over, by all means.
No, Buzzbee505.
you're
What was his name?
Buzzbee505.
Busby, okay.
You heard something else, yeah.
Does Jagex plan on working with agility this year?
Is in the skill? Or
My friend Agility. We're going to work together on this new project.
Agility rework came second, didn't it, on the survey? So it's kind of really wanted, but we haven't heard a good design yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're still eager for that.
Yeah.
I know that. I know we've been talking about the idea of kind of travelling in and out of the spirit realm as agility, like having kind of layers on the game world would be really cool. So if you like that, get behind that. But other than that,
We're having some fun with it in some of the secret things we're doing.
some of the secrets, we've got some secret updates to work with it. Menaphos is going to have some agility stuff in there, particularly, probably in tombs.
What if you could jump around the pyramid for an agility course? Wait. Done that one, darn it.
And Mike Rich, which area will get the next graphical rework?
Oh,
We do know this
haha.
one.
We do know this one.
Yes.
Okay, so this sounds exciting. Mod Kelpie asked specifically for there to be a straw poll on this one.
Yes.
The next rework that we're doing is going to be Sears Village.
It needs it.
So essentially, we're going to work our way across the map.
Yeah, so we've gone from Cathby, because Cathby quite recently.
Yeah, but we've also done Eagle's Peak recently, so we're going to kind of join that together, and then we'll go top and bottom kind of thing. And that phrasing there was not great at all. I'm so sorry. But essentially, we're going to try and do Sears Village first. But we do want a straw poll. One thing that we came into recently was a problem that we came into recently. Was that we don't really want the courthouse to be in Sears Village anymore. It's a little bit out of place, especially for some of the
It is odd.
Some of the ideas that we have for Sears Village.
Yeah.
So essentially, we want to ask you guys: would you be fine if we moved Sears Village somewhere else in a straw poll?
That's it. Because Sears Village,
To a city.
Yeah, to a city.
in a similar way to we did the party room, moving it from one location to another, just so that we got more of that Sears feel.
You did just say move Sears Village, by the way. You
Move the courthouse from Sears Village into a city. Yes.
Okay, so the straw poll's going into the chat now. Are you okay with us moving the courthouse to a different city? So that's different from Sears Village. Yeah or nope? Oh, sorry, yes or no. Yeah, nope. Yeah.
It's that piece of furniture over there. What's he got? What is he?
But it might be that you feel, that would ruin Sears Village in some way. Maybe you're familiar with it, you don't want it moved. Or actually, you think that'll bring some identity to the city. Go for it. Is it a city?
It's a
village.
village.
It's a village, isn't it?
Sears Village is a village, right?
I think it's a flawed question.
It depends on I guess it depends on how it's going to be worked into. A couple of people have mentioned but Sears, it's not really the most popularly used town. It's more reworking the world slowly but surely and not just having sporadic pieces.
So is this going to move into Kandarin as well? Are you looking all the way to arranging guild or stuff like that, or are you stopping at Sears?
So obviously it depends on the amount of time that we have, definitely. Sears Village is relatively large, a lot of quests, surprisingly. I didn't realise.
That's what you include, though, because you've got the mansion.
Exactly. A couple of ideas that have come out so far, what if the houses, there was some stilt houses and we used the river, so we're going to bring that down a little bit, and then essentially, just make sure that Camelot looks prettier just to annoy models.
Camelot is staying, unfortunately. I don't know how this happened. That'll be a good straw poll. I'd like that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Should we get rid of Camelot?
Oh,
no.
Go on then.
Should we do it?
Go on.
Excellent.
I like Camelot a lot.
You wouldn't get this with Shawnee.
Oh, yes. So the results are 82% yes and 18% no.
440 votes for yes. Okay, that's really good to know. Obviously, this is just an indication for us, but it's really useful. Any interesting... So this is from Kafar _. Any interest in graphically reworking or introducing a hard mode for Court Beast, or both? Something similar to AOD would be nice. Maybe a new drop?
Okay.
So take Court Beast, level it up like AOD.
I mean, I would say yes, and I know if Kyle was here, he'd probably be like, yeah, I'm going to go work on that now. So,
That's why he's not here.
yeah, I imagine, we could look into that. I'm sure that, to be honest, Kyle probably has it on his list of things he wants to do.
Yeah.
Spirit Shield upgrades. Oh.
Stop Winona.
All right. Camelot's in the chat now.
It's contentious.
Obviously, you can't. I don't know if you can see this screen. You can't. So, should we get rid of Camelot? It's currently hell yeah at 53%, hell no at 47%.
48, 52.
And it keeps. It's volatile. We can't really quite tell who's winning at the moment. It's close. There's a lot of Camelot fans out there.
Panic buys
Strange people.
Camelot's really great. You don't like Camelot.
I love going to Camelot for. Oh no, there's nothing to go to Camelot.
Is that what the
for.
Except the 3 quests.
Oh, what those things?
Do you know why you
There's
go to Camelot
tasks.
for? To spam pick teleport like 10 years ago.
So, based on that poll, it's staying in forever. It's your fault. It's entirely your fault. Okay. All right. So I've been told to wrap up.
You've not been told to wrap up if you don't want to.
No, I've just got to a bit called wrap up. I'm making you sound more passive aggressive than
Has
you
there
are.
been any questions from the chat that are worth? Do you want to quickly give 5 minutes for them to ask some questions, or are we cool?
So, are there any plans to release any new batches of Slayer masks from the Navy shop? I know you've got a personal.
I know that Timbo's not a big fan of them.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. At the point where Slayer assignments have 14 I can choose this tasks, it becomes a problem. It wasn't so bad when there's 4, 5, 6, but when you can essentially pick every single Slayer creature in the game, it's no longer being assigned a task to do. You're just doing it. It becomes a daily scape essentially, which we're trying to also cut back on right now, aren't we?
Based on that answer, I'm going to say no.
I don't think it necessarily needs any follow-up, does it? Any other questions?
They want the Feb release date.
You could ask him to bring up an image while you wait.
Hey, should we bring up an image while we wait?
Oh.
Sooty over here,
Schedule!
The release date. There we go.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to do something reasonably daring, and we're going to regret it immediately, particularly because Bank Bidders has already been moved to a different month. But show you the actual dates we're releasing things. So if you want to plan your play, here it is. Monday the 6th, week beginning Monday the 6th, it's worth adding. It's 15-year Veterans Cape. Invention tools, which we've already revealed is...
Hammer,
Yep.
Tron, and
Pyro.
Pyro.
Matic.
Pyrobox. Pyromatic.
That's the 2 names.
Nice. And the Valentine's event, which we talked
that's
about,
that
which
week.
is a 2-parter, because the next one comes out Monday 13th, and that's similar to Deathbeard's Demise. Then, of course, it's the biggie. It's Double XP Weekend. Now, do watch us on Twitch at the same time. We're going to be doing Game Jam Weekend. So we're going to be producing content for you and some passion projects. And from ideas that you've handed us, over that weekend, and Shonny will be hosting, so it'll be.
Oh,
Oh, will he?
Will I really?
We'll see. We'll talk. Monday. So on the 20th,
Game Jam.
yeah.
You can finish. You can finish.
Oh, the mic, Mike.
Leave it there.
Okay.
I'm there in
With Game
presence.
Jam, are we going to be allowing players to talk with us or anything to try and like over the weekend, or is there anything that we're planning to do?
Yeah. Please do chat to us. Sorry, what were you going to say?
We have, I don't know, you may not know about this. Mod Ryan had this great idea he sent to Mod Kelpie, and a lot of us are really back there and think we want to do it. We're planning on having a Discord server for the Game Jam weekend.
It's set up already.
It's already set up, but we haven't given it out yet. But
No, I was asking you the question.
oh yes, and now I'm saying, what was your reasoning behind this, Mod Ryan? I'm
Just letting them know.
I'm following in.
Because he said make sure to watch.
Yeah,
So,
so you can get involved because Shonny will be playing through. There might be some
Will
feedback we have. Playing through individual updates, might have some feedback on them. Shonny, I'd like to apologise. Would you come back to the sofa, please?
I don't know if that's sincere. I've had to put up with your flaming for 5 months. Do you feel bad?
I do feel bad. Please come back. The whole of Twitch wants you back, and YouTube. And YouTube. And on the 20th is...
We begin the 20th. Oh, it's got to be Mod Wolf for us to take it. We begin in the 20th.
20th
What would that be?
is Mod Harrison's epic Skillcape perks. I'm certainly hyped. I did see a question in the chat about what the Slayer Skillcape perk was, and the answer is something really cool that we're not going to tell you yet. However, Mod Harrison, on @JagXHarrison on Twitter, is over the next 2 weeks before that's released, he'll tweet out a couple of more perks in the coming days.
And he's amenable to bribery.
Yeah, he is. He likes his e-commerce as well. So yeah.
Well, he does when you keep shouting him out. I'm sure he does.
Yeah, I'm helping him out, bro. Helping him out.
And then, well, we haven't said anything about the 27th.
Kev's deliberately quiet. Haven't said a thing. So what can we say? Fifth age.
Fifth age.
Fifth age quest.
And it's a mystery.
And it's a mystery.
That's it.
Work it out.
Pretty much.
There have been some hints.
It's really warm in here, by the way.
But apart from that, I don't think we have anything else in there. But obviously,
I've stuck a couple of questions on the iPad.
Oh,
it's not.
I think Dave broke it.
With my dad fingers.
You may. I'm not trying to blame you, Osborne, but I can't.
I'm not trying to blame you, Osborne, but
1 minute. Let me try and fix this.
there are not improved perks for 120s.
There we go.
So that's a question that's been asked quite a bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, well, player on farms.
Player
I
and
mean, it was
Farms did
brought up
really
during-
well. Oh, sorry.
No.
Did really well on the survey, and it's a real option for expansions. Just have to wait and see.
And ET on name release. JD, I remember us doing a tweet in reply to a couple of people asking about it, but I don't think.
Month.
It's definitely
Not this month.
not in February.
Not in February.
Okay, so name release is not in February, but are we still expecting it somewhat soon? Or
Yeah, I'd say within the next couple of months or so.
within the next couple of months?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think in regards to that, though, in the summary of everything, I mean, let's go down the line here. It actually lines up very well. Obviously, Mod Ryan, first of all, with Invention Tools are releasing next Monday, which is going to be pretty awesome to see what new methods, obviously, people get involved with that. Of course, the five new perks, I believe it is.
Yeah, 5 perks. The 3 that we've discussed is Pyromaniac, chance of throwing all logs on the bonfire at once. Prosper, which is the chance to earn clue scrolls from skilling. And the other one is Breakdown, which is the possibility of automatically disassembling items smith. That's the 3 we've told players.
You want to give one more?
And there's only 5.
It's only 5.
Go on, give one
Keep
more.
it a secret.
Oh, it's so good though.
The year's theme.
Do you want to give another perk on your
No.
Skillcapes?
Or the emote, maybe.
Oh, I can't give the 15-year mark. Sorry. Okay, fair point.
And then from, I believe it's February the 9th, is that correct?
For a while.
For a while. The Valentine's event kicks off. Players can get involved in that, and there's something happening on the Monday afterwards, which is going to. Am I right in saying that? Something's going to happen on the 12th, 13th?
So there's something that happens
Yes.
on the 9th.
On the 9th, yes.
Then that slowly dissipates, and then there's an additional problem.
That happens.
But there's also build-up. You can go talk to Deedit relatively soon.
And then, Wolf, we went over to you, of course, to talk about, first of all, the Skillcape perks. which are coming out on the 20th of Monday, the 20th of February, which is just as the double XP ramp down kicks in.
Yes.
So obviously a very nice time for them to come out, so you can time it in with them.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, the 15-year veteran cape. I think we should end the stream with literally just a shot of it, like just a live shot.
Yeah,
We should still
so
have the
people can
client
get their
up,
screenies.
but we
Yeah,
can do
later
that
on.
in just a minute.
Okay.
So yeah, they can get their screenies and stuff. And Osborne, we've just had you here to do your general chit chat and to have your fun.
But also, you know, double XP weekend, Game Jam weekend,
Oh,
and
yeah.
a quest that we're definitely not talking about, not even in the behind the scenes. So don't even wait. It's just going to be a surprise.
Gotcha. All right.
Don't even wait. Do wait.
Don't even wait.
Hack the system.
So I believe we should still have the client open with that wonderful particle cape on there. So we're going to throw it over to that, and we're going to end the stream with that, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much. I'll see you on Friday when I'll be going for a couple of the patch notes, and we'll probably have a little bit of fun with a next mass or two. So we'll have some fun then, but until then, have a wonderful week, and make sure to watch the BTS, which releases this Friday. Take care, and have a good one.